Hello, it's me, she. Welcome back. Hi, guys. It has been a month since our last reading, September 4th. It is now October 4th. It's an 8-day again. I apologize. It's just that I have had a whirlwind of a month of September. Those energies after that full moon with that phoenix rising, it took me off my feet. I was battling my allergies, my asthma. It all kind of took me down. I was worn out. I've been putting in a lot of time at work and also trying to do some healings as well. And healings and these readings are all energy driven. And if I don't take the proper time to rebuild my own energy, which I'm learning the hard way, before diving down deep into a shamanic practice of energies that are going into those lower realms and trying to come back out and bring positive healing and energy to us all, it really knocked me off my feet. And I've told you guys I've been on this journey to learn to practice shamanism so that we can bring it into our energies, because it's very powerful stuff. So I'm back a month, got myself together. I've meditated. I have been meditating a lot while I've been away from the channel. I have been doing the card readings for myself, on myself, to kind of stay balanced and what we call self-care. Self-care is for everybody. Self-care is vital. I did a meditation on our blessed cards that we use. We do the mystical shaman oracle cards for our reading. And this time I actually did a personal reading in the energies to see where my energy was. And also a crystal card came out for the Moonkite Jasper. I've been actually visiting a couple of places. I love the spirit of the red horse over in Denver airport, and I also saw one in Chicago. The one in Denver is actually much bigger, and so I go over there and I visit the ladies and I look at the crystals, and I've been trying to pick up crystals. I've actually did purchase some crystals, but with my readings and some of my healings, some of my clients, I actually give them away. So I had a beautiful crystal I wanted to share, but it was gifted to someone else. So this week we're going to do Jasper. And I'm not even going to say it's for this week. It's for whatever this energy and however long this energy goes. So the Moonkite Jasper has been energizing our cards. And when we talk about the Moonkite, I think you say Moonkite Jasper, it is based on the chakra of the root. And so Moonkite Jasper itself actually is a anti-aging stone. It also is good for high blood pressure, your sugar levels, and any kidneys or bladder disorders. It's a stability stone, so it helps boost the immune system. And I tell you guys, having a flu shot and all this other stuff, getting ready for the flu season, having your immune system right now, this came up at the perfect time for me, for you, for everybody. So if we're talking about that root chakra, guys, you're talking about your money, you're talking about your career, you're talking about your stability. So I would say it's fall time. So fall, October is beautiful colors. Look at the colors of the trees as they change. They have those gold tones, those red tones in the leaves that are starting to fall, brown tones, earth tones. Add those into your wardrobe through jewelry, through your attire, your clothing. Any way you can get that red jasper or bloodstone or moonkite stone colors in your environment over the next 30 days, it will help actually bring a powerful medicine from the earth and help center you and give you some energy for healing. So I'm going to just go ahead and get started with our cards. I love these cards. They are very, very powerful. We're looking at an energy of an inner genius by Dr. Jeffrey Thompson. We're looking at this energy is to be felt. You can feel through your senses, through your ears, the vibration. When you feel music or sound or frequency, you're feeling it throughout the facial, the throat area, the throat chakra area, moving all the way down into the heart area, moving all the way down to literally can feel it moving the energy through your body, down through your toes, and coming right back up. And then just surrounding your senses in your face. When you feel a vibration like the sound of Om in your body, it actually creates a healing effect. It actually taps into the universe and its vibration. That is what the earth sounds like. When you feel it through the body, through your senses, through all your senses in your body, that is the earth speaking to you in spirit. And the easy way to tap into it is to, in meditation, guys, that vibration sound, and mix it with your breathing. And I would say, if you're start meditating by now, I don't know how to motivate you. I can say if you're a runner, that's a form of meditation, of quieting the mind, quieting the soul, quieting the body. If you are a walker, that is also a form of meditation. That was it with our cards. Washing the dishes is also a form of meditation. If you are quieting your mind and you're focusing on the task at hand, that is a form of meditation. A guided meditation I've heard someone I was talking with this past week was sharing with me that the only way she can meditate is through a guided meditation. That is meditation. And sometimes that's the best way to meditate. There are many different types of meditation. There's transcendental. There is different types of mindfulness in meditation. There's music meditation. There's drumming meditation. There's music, guitar playing meditation, walking meditation. There's just so many ways to actually go into meditation and spend that time with yourself. We have few cards in my hands here. So we're going to get started. Our first card, guys, is flow. Flow is 2. You see your hands holding that fluid of liquid between her hands and balancing the flow with your hands. In Reiki, we would call that energy. We're moving energy or chi. If you see them do Tai Chi, they're moving flow. They're moving energy between their hands. In the natural movement of the events in the world, where right now we have a lot of phenomena going on, but the flow of the oceans and the rivers, the flow of the earth to the sea, the flow of the air as it moves across the mountains is flow. And if you can find the natural movement in your own life and find a graceful ability to move obstacles around you, to be present when these things are happening, so you can be reminded that you are actually in charge of your universe. When I think about flow, I think about the element of water. So if we're talking about water elements, we're talking about emotions. We're talking about feelings. We're talking about being able to be in the flow with our best intentions, in motion, in time, but at the same time, instead of trying to control our movements of the path of our life, it's best to kind of just allow it to flow. The 2 number, when we break that down, is choice. You have a choice. You have a choice to resist change, resist obstacles, or go with the flow. And this is a beautiful card to me, because it's like she's literally holding the flow of water in the middle, in the palm of her hands. And she's literally controlling it, balancing it. It's not falling. It's not splashing. It's just there. It is what it is. It's not perfect, but it is in control of the flow. So think of when life is happening. So like I said, this past week or a couple weeks, I found myself feeling ill, losing energy, being exhausted, because I've been working, I've been healing, I've been sharing healings, and it finally, the energy, I was not able to contain the flow, so I allowed it to just surrender and fell to my knees into the bed so that I could recuperate. And self-care, 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 self-care. Flow. I knew it was here. I knew this card was here. I've been feeling the moon all day. When we talk about water and the moon, there we are. We're talking about the flow. And we're at a new idea, a new beginning, a new moon is in around us right now. The next full moon is on the 13th of October. So get ready for that moon, and I will do my best to do a full moon reading for you. So I'm not going to discover or have a conversation about the full moon, because the full moon comes every 28 days. The moon manifests itself as a steady progression from dark to light and then back from light to dark. Think of how the sun comes up and the moon disappears. The sun goes down, the moon appears in all her glory. The moon is considered a feminine aspect. So when you look at this, it actually has all the phases of the moon, all the way from your new moon, your waxing moon, your globus moon, into the middle of the beauty of her skirt to a full moon. Full moon usually means that we are in a phase of emotions, one way or the other. You hear them say about the full moon, oh, it's a full moon tonight, all the, crazies are out. But it's not necessarily that the crazies are out, it's just that our emotions are at its peak. So as the moon changes our human psychic, as it actually gets into our mind, it gets into your head, gets into your heart, so to say. The moon is water. It controls the water. It controls the water of the earth. So think of that flow card. This card is coming right behind that flow. Think of a tide, like you're at the beach, you're walking along the shore, and the water is kind of like slowly drifting, flowing in and flowing out. As you just walk along, it goes up to your ankles. Sometimes it doesn't even make it up to your ankles. It just comes up a little bit, washes over your feet, and goes back out into the sea. That's how the moon actually penetrates our lives. It's like a flow. And based on the position of the moon, the daily moon, is how the flow of our emotions, of our psyche, of our expression, of our connection, is how we are going to greet our day and how we're going to greet our night. And so, as the old African prayer says, may our lives be renewed as yours is. And so the moon, every 28 days, we have a new opportunity to refocus, to make new flows in how we're going to handle the flow of our journey for the next 28 days. The moon. And let's keep it going, because let me put these cards in order, because guys, the next card is water. It is water. Oh, water. The element of water. We started with the flow. We have the moon. Now we have the element, the power of the beauty of water itself. This is the first time we've had this card. And look at that big old, it's like a big old teardrop or dewdrop or water bubble, or it's just a huge big old ball of water. And it is surrounded, it is big and round, as if it is the moon. Wow, look at that. So let's talk about the element of water. So when we think about elements, we're talking about, let's say in zodiac, you have the elements of water so it's going to be Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces are your water signs. And if you think about the emotions are governed by our water signs. And all of us spend time in the water sign. I heard a brilliant analogy, and I apologize, I can't remember who I heard it from, but they used the water element to say that we all spend time in water. When we get up in the morning, what is the first thing you do when you prepare yourself for the day? You bathe. You might have a glass of water. You might brush your teeth. All of those things are the start of water. And so water symbolizes that purification, that regeneration, that revival. It's a cleansing. It's a cleaning, you know. Like I said, you get up in the morning, you bathe. Or it's, you know, generally before you start your day, before you head out to work, unless you're having a pajama day. And you still have some water because you either drink a fluid, a liquid of some sort, you brush your teeth, you wash your face. You're still in the evolution in the morning of the emotion of water. And so a water actually helps us when we do that cleansing or that baptizing or that rinsing. It takes our former self and washes us into a new. So many myths around the world, guys, speaks of a great flood. We know it in various religious contexts. And the great flood that, you know, there's a movie that actually is Noah. And Noah actually builds his boat because he was told a great flood is coming. And he took 2 of every species of Mother Nature and her creatures and brought them aboard so that when the water was finished washing away everything that needed to be cleansed, and when land was to reappear, the water started without boundaries. It covered everything. They floated in the great flood on the sea, in the water, like they were in this bubble itself. There was no time, no space, just water. So when water arrives, it's an invitation for us to kind of watch our emotions, kind of know where you're going. If your emotions are unsettled or you are kind of in between about your ebb and your flow of about events that's happening in your life, or you're feeling sad, or you're feeling joy, you're feeling full of life or love, allow the water to flow. Just allow it to flow. If it brings you to tears, have a good cry. Because remember, when the tears are dried, when the water recedes, when it goes back out into the sea, our emotions will go with it because it's being governed in the palm of our hands by the flow of life. And when the moon is out at night, it is controlling our water, so allow it to flow. Wow. And that is a 7. And so when you add confidence to your purification process and understanding that water is a must We don't want to stay in water. We want to move into air, into earth, into fire. But we always start at the top with water. And just remember, we control it. And when you can't control it, just allow it to flow. Whew. The serpent. I love Kundalini. We're talking about new ideas, new beginnings. The serpent is the life force of Mother Earth. The coil serpent of the Kundalini brings passion, healing, and renewal. And it goes perfect with our purification, our washing off, our washing away, the great flood that just flowed in our life. And now we came to where we now see, once we see land, after the great flood, was the fruit of the tree of life, or the Garden of Eden, or the tree of knowledge. We were right back after the flood in the bosom of Mother Earth. And so the serpent reminds us that sometimes we have to shed the past, the old and tired. The serpent is asking us and offering us that our passion and our creativity can be freed by, check this out, eating the forbidden fruit. This powerful serpent, also known as Kundalini, it stirs within our chakras. We talk about a chakra, the root chakra. She starts at the base, right between our legs, and that energy moves up our back, under our belly, over our breast, and into our heart. And she stirs our sexuality. And it can be very scary when the serpent awakens, because you feel an arousal of love and sensuality that you can feel like, oh my God, what is happening to me? As she's moving up from the root chakra all the way out through the top of our head, like a waterfall of explosion. Like when you see them turn on a fountain and you could hear the water rushing, and then all of a sudden it's like a burst of water. That is the energy in our bodies, the baptism, the warming, the water, a spirit baptizing us to a new life. And so when this is happening to you, if this is happening to you, I would love to hear your story. But if you feel this desire erupting from your sexual organs all the way up your spine as a moving energy, don't be afraid. You have to trust the wisdom of the serpent to transform you into something as beautiful, as glistening, as original as your higher self, or your God, or your observer, or your witness. The manifestation that the witness who's been witnessing you will see the light that now will come forth and shine within you, and all your glory and all your love and all your beauty. That is what the serpent does. Embrace the power of the serpent. Wow. Woo! And this serpent has double, it's like the caduceus. The caduceus is the sign of the of medicine. And it always has two snakes. The serpent. It's all around us. It's everywhere. It's hidden symbols everywhere. And if you can read the symbols around you, you have the key to life. And that's what I'm hoping I'm helping you do. Learn the symbols of life, the serpent. Our next card is a number 3 card, the Gatherer. Wow, this card is absolutely perfect for the season that we're in. You see the pumpkin? You see the fall there? All the little pumpkins. This is the first time we've had this card. And it's come at a perfect time in our energies where we are. Wow, the Gatherer. So when we think about hunters and gatherers, this card has a history, a lineage, a beauty of the earth of long ago. So before we cultivated grains, we collected the wild bounty of nature. The gatherer finds abundant seeds, nuts, berries, wild greens where they grow. And so when we were gatherers, or we could say just ordinary people, we could see the barrenness of our soil. We could stick our fingers in the ground, in our grass. We could sense, all of our senses was working with Mother Nature to, without being taught, it was just natural that the feminine aspect of us understood and knew how to be a provider or a gatherer of a garden. And the gatherer was like the collector of roots. Think of the root chakra. Vegetables for the winter. They went out and hunted game so they would have food, a bounty all around them during the season of winter. They spent time before the cold front came by gathering and hunting. They gathered their resources. They used their hands to collect their time of abundance. And everything around you right now, when this card shows up, when this energy appears in your life, if you're watching this video, you should be ready for harvest. It's time to collect your bounty. You're not limited by choice. You're not limited by scarcity. The colors around you are the colors of your destiny. You're packing, you're preparing, you have all your food, your fruits that you have harvested from your planting, and now you're ready for the winter, when everything becomes barren and ready to sleep. So the gatherer, look at the beauty of this card, guys. I'm telling you, it's goes with this reading. this reading is about our roots. It is about our root chakra. It is about that jasper bloodstone. That's why the jasper is here. The colors are here. See the leaves in her hair, the pumpkins, all the orange, the corn, the feathers. The bounty is here. Wow. And that sun and that moon is in every one of these cards. You see the light and the day. It goes from the light to the dark, the light and the day, the flow of life, the flow of nature. Our next card is another element, the wind. Wow. And the card number is 63. 6 and 3 is 9. It's attainment. We are gathering. We are now collecting our bounty. It's coming in on a wind. It's coming in fast. The symbol of wind is air, the element of air. And air rules our thoughts. It's our, so if we think about air elements, the signs are governed by Sagittarius. Air is Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. Are the elements of the wind. The wind is here to rule our song and to inspire our ideas. It's like we're living in our head right now. You think of Aquarius, you think of Gemini, Leo. They are all thinkers. I said Leo. I'm sorry. Leo's fire. Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. They are all thinkers. So when you think about Aquarius are brilliant and nutty and quirky in their own way because they're thinking way ahead all of us. Their mind is way up there. They're thinking of something way off in the future, way off in the outer space. You'll find Aquariuses are people who have great ideas. They have brilliant ideas that some of us are like, where is that coming from? Can you help it make sense? But they're living in another planet on the air of the wind. Libras are thinkers. They always thinking, and they're thinking about how everything can be balanced. How can we bring it all into some kind of, they got to be balanced. That's why their symbolism is the scale. Gemini, again, you have one or two. You have two choices. You have the twins. And so those twins are always debating amongst itself about how or what or why or where or when. They're always in constant either or. It's never in the middle. It's one or the other. They're always living in their head. So when the wind blows from the 4 different directions, it's going to carry, like I said, the Gemini twins, the air. It's going to either have a negative or positive. So let's visit the 4 directions that the wind can blow. So if the wind is blowing in the south carries a new sense of trust, helping, helping you to get rid of your old habits or parts of you that you no longer need. The wind coming from the south will take that away. If it's going to the west, it's calling for you to kind of go into meditation, be more introspective, kind of have a willingness to make final decisions and let go once you have done that introspection, that view on the inside, and said, it's time to let go of some things. It's time to, get rid of the ego's desires, because air, the mind, the thought, is the ego. That's where your ego resides, in the head of the air, in your thoughts, in your mind. It's something you cannot see, but it is there, the ego. And so you have to let go of the ego's attachments and desires that are no longer serving you or serving a purpose in your life. If we go to the north, so going north, you're literally going right at it. You're going straight up into it. You're confronting it, you're facing it, and it's bringing you wisdom and strength. We look at the other direction of the east. That is going to bring you clarity of vision and purpose. It's all in the mind. All four directions I just covered are about the mind. If you need to replay what I just said, press the button, go back a little bit, and listen to the four directions again. Because whichever way the wind is blowing for you, the message will have its answer on the wind. The wind will come by in a whisper, or it just might come and yell at you. It might shout. It's a challenge. It may say it takes courage to turn around and face the wind so that you can move forward and receive your blessings because you've learned the lessons. That is the invitation of the spirit of the wind. It is calling you. Go with the flow of the wind and listen. Wow. Oh, we have our luminous warrior. Changes. That goes right with the wind. It is time to be in the flow of change. The luminous warrior has no enemies in the world, in this one or the next one. He is impeccable in his words and his deeds. So that means he is a person of high regard, a person of high honors. He focuses on the light. He doesn't go to the dark. And if he does go to the dark, he's not hiding there. He's resting there. And he doesn't cast a shadow. He doesn't throw shade. He's just as radiant as the sun. And his enemies really become his allies because his power doesn't come from his sword, from the tongue, from his mouth, but it comes from his truth. He's living his truth. He doesn't intentionally lie. The luminous warrior has a purpose. It's there's a song Sade has a song called "A Warrior for Your Love." It's like, God, I'm your warrior. I'm here to fight for you in truth, justice, and righteousness. And by all means, love. And the power of wisdom and beauty is all yours when you are living like a luminous warrior. It goes back to this serpent. When that serpent arises and comes, you see that crown, that beautiful glow behind his head, his halo, his third chakra, and his spiritual eye is all open. That third chakra is open. All chakras are flowing all around. That's how you become a luminous warrior for this earth and the next and beyond. Once you become a luminous warrior, you are a luminous warrior forever. Infinity. Today's a number 8 day. Infinity. Our last card was upside down. That means we have to read the medicine of magic. It's a 33, 66. That means perseverance. That means if you do not have all of these elements in flow, in order in your life, the card of magic is here to help us by persevering. The symbol of magic means infinite intelligence of the Great Spirit. And that's the fabric of the universe. That is the consciousness of the universe. When we experience evidence of magic through synchronicity or meaningful coincidence, that means we are in the great mind and the infinite potential and the infinity of possibilities, and Great Spirit is giving us magic and showing us how to birth miracles. But because this card was this way, I'm going to have to take the book and look and read what it's saying about the medicine of this card. She has a halo as well. She also has the sun and the moon, and the sun is covering where it's like a new moon. So the medicine for this card says, let me get the book. Let's look. The medicine of the card says, have you forgotten that you live in a world that is infused with magic? Perhaps you've become cynical and think you have to create your life all by yourself with no help from others. It's time to remember your relationship to Source, for you are a part of the story of the world, a living spark of spirit living on earth for this short time as an emissary of life, of light. If you look back over your life, you will find many instances in which your actions alone were not the cause of out-of-blue coincidences that led you to that new relationship, job, or other important moments on your journey. So how do you stay in this awareness? The answer is simple. If you can be a little child and cultivate that wondrous curiosity, you will see the magic again and be amazed. Remember, magic is real in everything. And I understand that magic very, very clear. My life has many, many incidents of synchronicities or meaningful coincidences. Magic is all around. I believe, as my girlfriend Jen says, I believe. Believe in the magic. If you've forgotten the magic, the medicine says, go back to the innocence of a child. What's the quickest way we can bring childlike laughter into our lives is by spending time with little ones or going to watch a Disney movie. Those things will make us laugh and make us feel as we are in the wonder of a child and help bring back the magic. Guys, I have thoroughly enjoyed this reading today. It has really brought joy back into my life. I didn't realize how much I was missing, having this channel and having the blessing of this conversation with you. Until the next time, or the next time we meet or greet, hugs and kisses, blessings. Please stay in the flow. Please look at the moon. Don't forget to cry. Don't ever forget that the forbidden fruit is waiting for you, because you're gathering. You've been gathering. And the wind has brought the luminous warrior into our life so that we can shine our love and our glow with everyone we meet. Again, I'll see you soon. Namaste.